Good evening, America. Tonight, we shall be having a debate between our two parties. But nonetheless, let's start with the Republicans' representatives, Mitt Romney and Ron Paul.
Good evening, people of America. It's very nice of you to have us supported.
We need an economical, industrial and governmental revolution America. Vote for me. I shall cut taxes to create jobs.
And don't forget to mention the Democrats' representatives, our President and Vice President, Barack Obama and Joe Biden.
If you vote for me next year and I win, I promise to fulfill the promises I promised to you 2 years ago.
Same thing with Obama. Make me your VP or Prez or something like that.
But before we get a little competitive, let me ask questions first. Now, Romney, why did you think of running for president next year?
'Cause we need a president who is rightful and just in order to improve the economy of our country. We will have the presidency that America experienced under Reagan.
It seems it's time for our commercial break. We'll be right back, folks, after these messages.
I love cookies.
Welcome back, America. A few minutes ago, Romney answered the only question I'm going to ask him. Now it's time to move on to Ron Paul. Now, Ron Paul, why did you think of running for president next year?
Because America needs to undergo a renovational revolution. We will soon lose our enemies and they will become our friends. Also, our citizens need more jobs, so I will cut taxes.
Now let's move on to Obama. Now, Obama, why did you think of running for another presidential term next year?
Because I agree that my promises need to be done. I only improved half of America's industry and economy. That is why I need to improve them again.
What about you, Joe? Why did you think of running for another vice presidential term next year?
'Cause a good vice president always has to accompany his first presidential partner. I will do the same improvements just like Obama doing 50 and me doing 50. Equals 100. Good, right?
Okay, that's about all the questions I should be asking now, but it seems our commercial break has begun. Before we take a break, looks like our candidates will be giving propaganda.
Vote for me and I shall fulfill my plan to restore America.
If I didn't do it this time, it's time for me to give it a second try next year. Vote for me.
Welcome back. A few minutes ago we asked every candidate simple but uncompetitive questions. But now it's time to ask competitive questions. Let's start this. Romney, if you were the President of the United States, would you launch attacks against your country's enemies?
Well, that would be a pretty hard to explain question. In order to protect the United States from any attack, I would like to launch an interventional attack against the enemy. Especially when it comes to dealing with Iran's nuclear facilities. Those facilities are a major threat to the United States' security. We just need to intercept and disarm those facilities in order to prevent Iran from launching any nuclear-related attack against the United States.
Wait. Now hold the phone here, but can't those actions trigger a war? Those actions would be considered unconstitutional. We just have to peacefully and diplomatically convince Iran to shut off those nuclear facilities. That way, there would not be any outcome involving bloodshed.
You prove your point, Ron, but we need to do this in order to destroy the Iranian nuclear program for good.
Commercial break, everyone. Commercial break.
Fuck you, Mitt. Fuck you, you unconstitutional slut. Fuck you, you warmongering idiot. Fuck you, you stupid faggot. Fuck you straight in the ear.
Please excuse me, but the other host suffered a minor heart attack due to pressure inflicted by the incident a few minutes ago, but the show must go on, right? Now that we're done with Romney, let's go on to Ron Paul. Now Ron Paul, why do you think we should end nation building?
Because NATO has been dealing with lots of unrecognized nations, and as a result, made the countries who handled that now independent land suffered poverty and economical change. If we end nation building, our modern countries will be rich and wealthy. The people of their country will soon lose their hunger, population and farming-related crises.
That's unfair. Our country was born to support freedom. We must let unrecognized nations gain independence in order to give freedom to the people living in it, free from bad regimes.
Intervention is leading us to a point of hatred. Many countries are complaining and shouting out that our troops should go home. Countries like Iran, Iraq and the Philippines are launching protests against our troops. Send them home and this will stop this unrecognition.
Watch your tone, Republican. Our country is born under free beliefs. The people have to choose, not the government. Let unrecognized nations gain independence.
What about you? America's economy is still failing because of you.
Whoops. It looks like our commercial break has come. We'll be right back, folks. Welcome back, America. A few minutes ago Ron Paul has answered this competitive question, therefore, the last competitive question for the Republicans for now. But now it's time to move on to the Democrats. Let's start off with our very own President Barack Obama. Barack, if America suffered a second Great Depression, what will you do?
That is a good question. But my answer will not be that explainable as Ron's. I shall shut down some of America's economical companies and leave only those with high income active. Once the companies have received $1 billion income, we shall convert that money in order to restore America's economy, and I shall reopen those companies once this happens.
Which companies?
The companies that have low income. I shut them down first and then reopen them once America's economy recovers.
He's right. When it comes to recovery, you must always sacrifice some things. That's outrageous. Some of those companies might not be able to reopen. Shut up, Romney. You don't have the authority to speak like that to your president. You may be a candidate, but he's still your president. Show some respect.
It's time for our commercial break. We'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back. A few minutes ago our president answered this competitive answer for this debate. This means this debate is almost ending. Let's move on to the last debatee. Our very own Vice President, Joe Biden. Now Biden, why does a good vice president always follows his first presidential partner?
Because a vice president's first presidential partner is like his first and only friend in politics. Therefore I must assist him. I also assisted Obama in planning Anwar al-Awlaki's assassination, which occurred in Yemen a few months ago.
That's right. Biden had some good ideas for good ambush positions back there.
It seems that you only revealed this now. Why?
Most protocols have to remain top secret, and that only simple information can only be broadcasted on media.
That's unfair. People have to know the protocols in order to learn more. You are making the people more ignorant by not telling them your secrets and maneuvers.
Shut up. I'm your vice president. Show respect.
Well, that ends our debate. I hope the other host heals from his heart attack. Good evening, America, and good night.